Okay, let's talk about the Chevron. I used to call this the a double arrow, and I guess you could call it a double arrow. But the fact that Blackboard 9.1 uses so many of these, and it's sure a lot easier to say Chevron. And so let's just get in the habit of calling it the Chevron. And it's used in many places. Basically, it gives you a drop-down menu. For example, if we go to Course Tools and click on the Chevron, it opens up a menu under course tools. And this is a really long selection of all the different course tools, announcements and blogs and discussion board, glossary, journals, and so on. And then we click on the chevron again and it collapses. We can click on the grade center chevron, it expands, click on it again, it collapses. So that's how that works. And here you see a chevron. If we click on this, what happens? Okay, that collapses the buttons. So don't panic, go back and click on again to have the buttons show up. I suppose that might be useful if you expand course tools and you have this long listing down at the bottom of that panel, and you might want to collapse this set of buttons so you can see more of this listing. That is probably the reason for this particular chevron here. Okay, this one, what does it do? One of the things that you notice in Blackboard 9 is all the little help pop-ups. Pretty much anything you point to, it'll tell you what that does. Course entry page, well, we click on this, and this goes to your whatever your entry page is. And in this case, it's your home page. So we could go back to some other area like groups, and then click on home page, or we could click on this and it takes you to the same place. Home page takes you to the course entry page. Let's go into assignments. And let's go into the edit mode. Let's say there's a test that we need to modify some of the test options. And this, I had to hunt around the first time because I was looking for, how do we get into to edit the test options for this particular test. And then I noticed, aha, here's the chevron. So I pull that down, and you have all these options. Here's edit the test itself, and here's edit the test options. And we have other things like adaptive release and so on. Or here's a delete. That's how you delete the item totally. Well, let's go to edit the test options. And then this will open up the familiar test options. We can put your description in there, and then availability, multiple attempts, force completion, display after, display until, and all that. And you could edit these options then. And in a previous video, we talked about the chevron for assignments. For example, click on this, and you can either delete that button, you can hide the link, or rename the link. So the chevron gives you easy access to different options. When you have the edit mode on and you're in the assignments area, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pull downs. We have the build content chevron, and here's where you'd add an item, you'd add a file, you add a course link, things like that. You can also add new pages, blank pages. You can add mashups where I already looked at the YouTube video in a previous video. So that's all in the build content area. Create assessments. We can create a test, a survey, an assignment, self and peer, safe assignment. We have the interactive tools area, discussion board, blog, journal, wiki, and so on, or an assigned textbook. So that pretty much covers the chevron. So just get used to looking for this little button, and it will provide some menu options for you.